Yes, sir, we are live.
Yes. Hi everyone. Good evening everyone. So today's session is totally based on only three modules is a doubts clearing session, and the second would be a resume writing, and the third would be a common interview questions. So
Sir,
yeah,
your camera is off, sir.
the camera is off. Okay. Yeah. The first doubts clearing session, actually it has not a completely separate one. You can put your question in any time, and we'll discuss about the few interview common interview questions in between. If you have any queries regarding to data science, python, machine learning, ai, any new technologies, just put on a chat box. We'll solve all the doubts, not exactly the doubts, your queries. Okay, if you have any confusion, how to enter in the data science field, how to enter, why should I choose a python, if you have some queries, just you can put on your chat box. Okay, I'm here. So let's start the session. Start with some questions, is common interview questions. The very first question is, what is a python? Right, if you appearing for any interview, the first question is definitely asked, especially for python interview. Even if you are, there are two types of students is available this time. Somebody is from a corporate world, somebody is from a college world. So like, let's talk about the first one is a college students. After complete your final year, yeah, before completing your final year, you have to enter, you have to appear for a placement interview. And most of the time in a placement interview, asking the new technologies questions, that can be data science, python, machine learning, these are kind of questions. Okay, so like, if you're creating your project, if your final year project is creating in the python, the very first question would be, what is a python? Right, what is a python? uh, I think everyone has some answer, like you can put on a chat box, like what is a python according to you. Even in when we start the class, so we start with some what is a python definition with python, and then enter in next topic. So if you have any suggestions, if you have any answer regarding to what is a python according to you, just put on a chat box. So basically the answer is uh, is theoretical answer, is a bookish answer. I think you guys are already a proper answer, not we can say a proper answer, guys. That answer which is properly satisfactory to interviewer. Like, what is a python? If I'm talking about what is a python, starting way we have discussed that python is, the very first one is interpreted programming language. Second one is dynamic type programming language, and the third one is python is general purpose programming language. Even here, this point is already there, general purpose programming language. Fourth one is, let me check the chat, live chat also. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I'm so sorry I didn't read the chat. Okay, someone is saying that, sir, I'm like Astha Jaiswal, I'm in 10th class. Even in a new education policy, is already declared that you have to learn a new technologies like Python, AI, these kind of technologies there, which is available in the syllabus. And yeah, most of the people from a school side, yes, one is saying that it's a high level interpreted programming language. Okay, general purpose programming language. Python is high level and dynamic. Ranjit is saying high level and dynamic programming language. Yes, it's right. High level interpreted and dynamic programming. That's a perfect one. Ajay is saying high level interpreted and dynamic programming language. If I'm talking about what is a Python, the Python is high level interpreted dynamic scripting, interactive, open source, and supporting high level of libraries. Uh, so these are features. If you know some features, just describe it, that's it. You don't have to be memorize everything. You don't have to be memorize these kind of form. this kind of definitions. No, you are learning, coding. You have to learn a complete coding. You are learning a new technologies. It's not a physics, chemistry, maths. Oh, leave it maths, not a physics, chemistry. You don't have to be memorize the definitions. Python is dynamic, right? Dynamic, high level, and interpreted programming language. The three one is very important. Okay. Second one, let's go to the next type. Python is dynamic conversion in a Python. What is a dynamic conversion? What is a type conversion in Python? Yes, anyone? What is a type conversion? Asta is saying Python is an interpreted object-oriented high-level programming language with dynamic semantic. Python is a simple program, modulatory, and code reuse. Perfect one. I think you didn't hope you didn't copy from anywhere. But yes, it's a perfect definition. I think you didn't copy from anywhere. It's just normal definition. It's object oriented. We have already discussed everything. Yes, it's a perfect definition. And what is a type conversion? The next question is, what is a type conversion? Type conversion in the sense, yeah, sir, can you please suggest for a good antivirus for a laptop? Why? Why are you asking this kind of question here? Ask me related to new technologies and everything. Type conversion is a conversion of object from one type to another type. That's a perfect one. Yes. Like if I am converting your, it's a bookish definition. Really, it's a completely bookish definition. But you guys are writing a perfect definition. It's not a completely bookish. It's a perfect one. Type conversion, like if you have integer data type, a is equal to, if you're defining a is equal to 5, it's an integer. I want to convert in a float. Just you'll use float of a. It would be the answer is a 5.0. Yes, it would be answer 5.0. And suppose if you have some value is double quotes of 5 and want to convert in an integer, just int of a. That's it. It's very simple way to convert one data type to another data type. But to converting a one data type to another data type has some limitations. Even you can't convert any string, every string in an integer. Let me show you some example. Okay, need a Python. What is that? Okay, wait a second. It's a different code. Yeah, need a Python normal laptop. Yeah, yes. Suppose I'm writing here a is equal to 5 and it's a totally integer data type. A is an integer. Like if I'm converting in a float of a, then you'll getting an answer is 5.0. And the same if I'm suppose have another statement is b is equal to um, I, then convert in an int. Is that possible? No. So it has some limitations, right? Okay. uh any other questions? Okay, I think you guys are discussing about the previous project. Okay, so it has some limitation to convert in a one data type to another data type. So type conversion is like a convert of one data type to another data type. These are a definition. And don't try to write anything. I'll just share this PDF also. Let's talk about the next question is, what is a random module? It's very common questions. What is a random module? Even yesterday we have also already used this module. What is a random module? Just put on a chat box. What is a random module? Just try to see. A doubt solving session is not a separate one. You can put your question to here also the same time, because in between I'll just put some question, this common interview question, and the same time if you have any doubts, just you can put it here. I have some doubts in logging password, can you please repeat clearly? Okay, so why you are repeat why you want to repeat these things? Just look at that video again. That's it. To generate a number, a random number, yes. Random module is a famous modules, is a module. Somebody is also giving a package because it's a collection of modules. Package is nothing but is a collection of modules. So it's generating for random numbers. Yes, a random module is a Python by random module. Okay, Python offers a random module that can generate a random number. That's a perfect one. Yes, generate a random number. Yes. Okay, any other questions? Random number, yes, the same answer here by Asta Jaiswal. Yeah, it's a perfect one. I think you are from 10th class. That's a perfect, because if you are giving this kind of answer, it's good. Keep it up. Let's go to the next question. What is a lambda in a Python? What is a lambda in a Python? Just put some answer here. What is a lambda? Even uh, in on a Thursday or a Wednesday, we have done this concept as a lambda. What is a lambda in a Python? Any answer? The same time, you can also put some doubts also. Okay, and no any answer. Lambda. Lambda is basically used for anonymous function. There is one concept, yeah, anonymous function, techniques to make anonymous function. It's an anonymous function. Guess the movie. Can you repeat the same answer? Just try to watch this video again. Yeah, anonymous function. Oh, Asta again. One lambda function is a small anonymous. A lambda function is a small anonymous function. A lambda function can take a number of arguments, but only one expression. That's the perfect one. It's taking only a one expression at a time. Yes, lambda function is a small anonymous function which take only one expression at a time. Yes, the perfect one. Let's go to the next question. Is what is a init in a Python? Lambda is called as anonymous function. Yes, it's a perfect one. Is anonymous function. What we did, just write some argument like a comma b, and then colon what expression want to perform. Like I want to perform a plus b, and the same time just you have to use a lambda. That's it. You created a lambda expression to here. Okay, program without function. No, a function without name. Surendra, it's a function without name, not a program without function. Okay. What's that? Program without function. Okay. Athia Sai is saying a constructor. Yes, it's a constructor in a class. Constructor is in a class. So what is a init? Yeah, it's a class, but what's the purpose of init? It's a default function called automatically. Yeah, it's a perfect one. Is one of the reserve method in a Python is object oriented programming. It's known as a constructor. Yes, but if I'm if someone is asking some questions like what is a Python, you say that Python is a dynamic and interpreted programming language. Again the next question will ask what is a dynamic, right? What is an interpreter? So question always generate another question. So like someone is saying that it's a constructor. Again my question is what is a constructor, right? What is a constructor? So because you give the answer is a constructor. The init method can be called when the object is created from the class and access is required to initialize the attribute of the class. Yes, it's a perfect one. Is used to initialize the object state. Okay. Any other question? Any other answer? Yes, it's used as a constructor. The use of constructor is that you don't need to call it. Here, I'll talk about only the init file, init.py underscore underscore init.py .py. We did in a package concept, right? It's assign the value to object in a class. Uh, okay. So init.py in a package, what we did, we created one complete folder, complete directory. Inside that directory, we create a different modules, module 1, module 2, and the same time module 1 in the sense one py file. Module is also a .py file, right? Atul is saying the Firebase admin credential has a no certificate. How to solve this issue? So that Firebase time, you have to generate one token. So just generate, install that token. It would be a JSON file, and just you have to just read this file over here. Okay. Okay. So here, these are the files. These are the files, and okay, what's that? No, I can't reveal my WhatsApp number. I'm so sorry. Okay. Uh, different models is there. .py, .py, .py here, .py, and same time you will have one more file is a .init, init.py. Okay. So if you call any function, if you call this package name is p1, or just import it, import p1. So this function, this file init.py is automatically called. So it will be work. How it done? Okay, what's the question? Is it assigned to value the object properties to other? Is used to assign a value to object properties to other? What's that question? Just repeat again. It's not perfect one. I'm not clear your question. Can you show how to the how it's done? Which code? Atul, which code? I have query. Yes, you have a Atia. If you have a queries, just put on here regarding to anything, any new technologies. Put on here. Okay, constructor is a function that can call automatically when a program run. Even here, construct it will working as a constructor. You don't need to call it. If it's working in a package, the same time if you're working in a uh, class and object concept, you don't have to be call it. It automatically called. It automatically run. Okay, these are our definitions. It's a reserve method. Python, it's called as a constructor, is object oriented terminology, but we did in a package. In a package it was a just init.py. Yes, most of the people give the right answer. Okay, it's very famous questions. Even if you're applying for an interview, so 101% a person is always asked this question: what is the difference between list and tuple? Yes, it's a very famous question. Most of the time is asking the same question here. Yes, if you have Atia, Asta, if you have some queries, you can put on a community also. Okay. Yeah, that's complete these questions. What is the difference between a list and tuple? Put out your answer. First one, yes, mutable and immutable. Yes, the perfect one is ordered or unordered. Which one is ordered? Which one is unordered? List is a mutable and tuple. Yeah, it's the perfect one. Vishal is giving the perfect answer. Vidya Lakshmi, it's perfect one. List is a mutable and tuple is a immutable. We can't change. And which one is ordered? Which one is unordered? Both are ordered. Yes. Can we delete in a list? I want to delete something, and can we delete tuple also or not? List is unordered. No, Kanchan, it's ordered. Both are ordered. Ordered in the sense if you're defining with a square bracket and passing some values, so it has an index. Index in the sense it has in if I'm saying it's ordered means it has an index. So there are two types of index. Is there are two types of indexes? Which one? First one is positive index and second one is negative index. Yes, these are answers. Okay, which one is mutable, which one is non-mutable? Yeah, both are ordered. We can delete. Yes, we can delete. List is a type of data structure which allows the collection of multiple data at the same time. Okay, it is ordered and enabled to store the sequence of the data. Tuples are a sequence just like wow. Yeah, it's a good one. We cannot add in a tuple. Yes, Yes, Vishal, we can't add anything. In a tuple has only a two method. We can check the index, we can check the count. That's it. Only two index method is there. Even in a list has a lots of methods. We can add something, we can insert something, we can delete something, pop, clear, everything is there. Yes, the next question. Python, what are a Python modules? Some common name some commonly used built-in modules in Python. So you just put on in your chat box which modules you already know, which is inbuilt modules you already know. Yes, in a community you can ask the queries. Is Let's Upgrade community, you can ask the queries, Asta. Files which contain the classes and methods. Okay. So which built-in modules in a Python you already know? Which one? Just put on the chat box. Let's Upgrade community. Yes. Any built-in modules you already know? Random module, yeah, it's a perfect one. Random module. Any other modules? Because the Python has a lots of math modules. No, .py is not a module. Beautiful soap, yes, it's used for web scraping. Random math, NumPy pandas is used for machine learning and data analysis terms. Um, can use module, can use module to break down what can be modules to break down large program into small manageable and organized file. Yes, we can. Yeah, we use the modules. Yes, the perfect answer. But I'm just asking the one question is what is a built-in module you already know? Yeah, Kinter is a built-in modules. Anything else? I'm not talking about only in in a Python which you already discussed. Even any other field you already know the modules like Matplotlib. Yes, is a modules. Yes, regular expression. Yes, it's a RE modules. Yes, regular expression. It's a perfect one. It's regular expression is used for a pattern matching. Anshuman Thakur. Yeah, regular expression. Okay. So yes, these are modules like OSS, math, random, data time. So many modules is there. Even modules and packages and libraries is available in a Python. Is this large amount of modules and packages available in the Python. It's not only for a normal work. It's used for many purpose. Has modules is available. Even yes, scikit-learn, yeah, sklearn is there. Is used for creating a machine learning pre-processing, modeling, and testing purpose. OS, yes, okay. So in different techniques, in different technologies, we need a different libraries and packages. So Python provides to every field a different libraries and packages. And package is just a collection of modules. If I'm saying that, just tell me the modules. You can write also a packages. What happened, Astha Jaiswal? You writing? Yes, you can join the community directly. Just go to the internet and write down a letsupgrade.in and register yourself. Okay. Pre-processor. Yeah, what happened? Ravindra Kavle is saying the pre-processor. What happened? You just tried a pre-processor. I have a queries. Just put on the chat box if you have a queries. Okay. Next, is indentation required in Python? Is any indentation required in Python? Yes, yeah, no. If yes, then why? If no, then why? It's a very basic question. Indentation is required in Python, but why? Can we use the curly braces? Yes, it's a required. Atiya is saying it's a required. Yes, okay, it's a required. Then how to define it? Yes. Can we convert our cryptography app project is an APK file? Yes, we can convert it. Even any Python file can be easily converted in a APK file. I don't remember that code, but just search on the internet, you will get command is there. You don't have to write a big command, just you have to just copy that command and put on a command prompt. It directly convert it in an apk file. Four spaces, yes, yes, it will be failed to compile, it's not indent. In other long way we can curly braces, yes. Indentation, yes, indentation is required in a Python. Even in other programming language is defined in the curly braces, and in a Python we are defining with a four white space. Indentation is that defining the block of code, and another programming language that defining the block of code in curly braces. Okay, yeah, it's a necessary to indicate the block of code. Yes, Uma is saying indicate the block of code. Yes, the perfect one. What's that answer? It is used to indicate the block of code, and indentation is used only to help to make a code look pretty. No, it's not to use for a look pretty. Uh, it's just a block of code, but in a Python is required for indicate the what block of code is a statement belongs to the amount of indentation. At yes, it's a perfect one. Yes, but we can't say it's look pretty. We are not choosing any programming language because of that simple. No, because it solves the many problem. Someone is saying that Python is why you choose Python. Like sometimes when we start the batch and asking the very first question, why you choose Python? Why you want to learn a Python? They directly give me the answer is, sir, because Python is very easy language. That's why I choose the Python. No, Python is an easy language. That's why I choose Python. It's a wrong answer. Don't say that Python is an easy language. That's why I choose. No, Python solves many complex problem. That's why I choose a problem. That's why I choose a Python. Even in every field, different packages is available. Yes, Python is a powerful language, we can say, but don't say Python is a simple language, easy language. That's I choose. Yes, it's easy. Yes, it's an easy language, but because it's used to everywhere nowadays. Yes, it's used to everywhere. And any next question, how to comment multi-line in a Python? Even we have two types of comment is there. We have single lines of comments, we have a single lines of comment, we have a multi-lines of comment. How to create a multi-lines of comment? It's a compatible with different environment. Yes, simple but powerful. Yes, power, you have to say that word. It's a very powerful programming language. No, Athiya Sai is saying no, it's a wrong answer. Jitendra, yes, we have to use a triple quotes. If you have a multi-line support, just use a triple quotes. One, two, three. Either you can use a one single quotes, or we can use like this way. One, two. Single line, and where you want to stop to here. Okay. Use to hash mark for a single line. For multi-line, this statement. Okay. Yes, it this question don't we need answer, right? We already know about that. We have already discussed everything. What does len do? Len function, what does? Why we need a len function? Is there a main function in a Python like other programming language? Yes, it's a main function is there. Okay, Ravindra Kavle is there, is a main function, not like a C lab programming language, but it's a main function is there. Let me show you. I think I need a Jupyter notebook. Where is that? Okay. The same time, I'll give you your answer. The same time, I need to open a Jupyter notebook also. I didn't open it. I think I need every time Jupyter notebook. So let me open first Jupyter notebook. Okay. Yeah. Any other questions to here? Length of any data types. Length of any data types. Okay. Find the length of a string elements of the. We can directly say len function is used for a a number of finding the number of data. For calculating the length of any data type, yes, it's a perfect. Return the size of list. Len function is not using only a list or string, it using in every data type. We can use in a string, we can use in a list, tuple, dictionary, set, everywhere. Okay, what was the question? I just forget that. Yeah, is there any main function is available? Yes, is the main function is available. I think I don't require you know Jupyter notebook. We can directly write here. Let me show you here. I think first we have to, please don't copy from a Google. Astha, if you are copying from a Google, don't do it. Okay, let's upgrade. Writing some statement is test. Okay, like if you are writing some statement, print underscore underscore name underscore. If you run this file, then you'll getting one answer. It's a main file. Is a main attribute. Is a main attribute. This kind of, like in a C programming language, we have a completely wide main. No, it's not like that. It's a different. So if you're if you same file, if you're running this print name, then you're getting answer is main. It means we are running in a main file, your own file. You are not importing from another file. Okay, so like in that folder, let's upgrade has a multiple file is there, calc. Let me calculate, let me import a calc, calc, calc. Yes, calc is there. And if you run this file again, getting answer is main. At the same time, for writing here calc dot main, you run this file, getting answer is calc. It means this time is taking from a calc file. It's taking from a calc file. So the question is, what is the purpose of defining this main and calc? This name attribute. What is the purpose of defining this one? So let me show you. Suppose if you remember, that topic is a calc.py, importing modules and packages. What we did, we just create one file is a calc.py and just import another file and try to call it. Yes, it's properly working. Let me call the one function is print calc.add calc.add, and passing some values is 5 comma 6. If you run this file, then you're getting answer is 11. It's getting a perfect answer. Okay, the same time in a calc I didn't call any function to here. Let me call it for a testing purpose in my PC. In my calc file is properly working or not. Let me call it print add print add. Passing some value is 12 and 13. Answer should be 25. Let me call it. Yes, you'll getting answer is 25. It's a perfect answer in because I just call this calc file. Let's do the same process with this file here. I just call calc.add and passing the value is 5 and 6. Okay, let's see. Let me comment this value. Okay, I'm expecting that the answer should be only 11. That's it. Let me call it. It's getting a 2 answer, 25 as well as a 11. Why it's getting a 25 and 11? Because because in my calc file, when you import the calc, it automatically call this for value. So how we can avoid it? Because if you're creating any calc.py, it you need to test it is properly working or not. How you will test? Because if you leave as a print at 12 and 13, obviously you're getting both the values. It's totally wrong. So avoid this kind of problem. We are using if underscore underscore name underscore underscore is equal to main. it's underscore 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 and the colon, and put inside a print function. If you run this file, it's proper one. If your own file is there, that's proper working, this 25. But the same time, if you are calling another file here, so you just imported a calc, this time you will not getting a 25, you are getting only answer is 11, this way. Okay, so this main attribute is basically used for to avoiding duplication. And what the question is here? Okay, yeah, let me check this, check it after complete this class. Sir, is there ability to criteria to attend your exam? Okay, so yeah, please give the answer. Is any ability to criteria to attend the exam? Atul,
Yes,
some
sir.
mistake
Yeah.
from your side. Okay. Yeah, please.
You have to submit 70% of the assignments, and you'll be eligible for the exam, and we'll be sending you mails. Keep
Yeah,
checking
thank
your
you
mail.
very. Ravindra is saying that, so what is a double quotes, uh, double colon in a Python is basically used in a, list, basically used in a list for taking a multiple values, not for a multiple values. Let me show you. Yeah, if we create any list is here as a 5 a of 2 to 2 to 2, so it will avoiding the value, it's just avoiding the, it will start from a 7, and it will avoid one value. It will start from a 7 and giving the answer is 89 and giving the answer is 8, this way. Okay, it's used for a slashing but avoiding any value for for even value or odd value. Like if I'm writing here the value is in 3, so we can't change it. Writing here the value is 3, you're getting answer 7 7. It says avoiding 3 value. Directly after 3 value, it will start from a 0 because the position is 0 1 2, start with the 2 value or second position, it's a 7, and then directly go for uh a third position. One your 1 2 3, third position is 7, and after that no any value is there. Okay, any other questions? Yes, any other question is there, just let me know, and then yes. Okay, what is a negative indexing? It's a very common question, very basics question. What is a negative indexing? What is a negative indexing? Why we use it? Suppose I'll give you one assignment, one normal task. You have to quick give the answer. I'm creating one list. Let me write here, normal Python. I'm creating one list. A is equal to India. A is equal to India, and in this India, I want I and D with negative indexing. I need I and D only. I and D with negative indexing. I don't need a positive indexing. How to slice it? How to slice it? What value I have to pass? Accessing the last element in a list or a tuple or a string. Okay, and we have to know the index or lost index. We can use it. Okay, what? And we have to know. Mhm. Yeah, index with negative indexes we can find that where is the position. So in every data types, every order data types has a positive as well as a negative index. And the positive indexes start with a 0, and negative indexing is start with a -1, a last -1. Like here, if I'm talking about this one, so 5 will be 0, 6 will be 1, 7 will be 2, 8 will be 3, 89 will be 4, like this way. And the last value -1. No, if you're writing a -1, then you will not getting an answer is I and D. and the last value is start with -1, -2, -3. I'm asking this question only. Asking this question. In India, I want to fetch I and D. So how to write it for a positive index? It start with a 0, -3 to okay, A B day, A B de Villiers. Okay, so it's a 3 to, yeah, -3 to, okay, -1 to -3. Is that right? -1 to -3. Okay, no, Madhuri, I don't need a positive indexing. I need a negative indexing. Yes, anybody can do it. A negative indexing. We need a positive. Sorry, we need a negative indexing. We need a normal negative indexing. Like if you want to face the I and D, it should be start with a 0 and end with a 0, 1, 2. So you have to write 3. So this answer is perfect. Yes, this answer is perfect. Jitendra, yes, this answer is perfect giving the I and D. But I don't need I and D from a positive indexing. This one is a positive indexing. I need a negative indexing. So Athia uses the 0 colon 3 comma 1. That's also a positive indexing. Yes, Vaishnavi is saying -3 to -5. Let me see. A to -3 to -5. Not giving any answer. What's the problem? Yeah, it's wrong value. Let me check any other value. -1 to -3. Anshuman is saying -1 to -3. Let me check. -1 to -3. Still not getting answer. -3 to colon. Jitendra is saying -3 to colon. Yes, -3 to colon. -3 to colon. Still not getting answer. So make sure that the first value is lesser than the second value. Okay, -3 to double colon. Okay, let me show you. It's not a too much difficult. Let's talk about the negative indexing from -1. A is a -1, I is a -2, -3, -4, and -5. So obviously it will be start from -5. A of -5. And where you want to end? You want to end D. So what is the position of I? So -1, -2. It should be -2. Let me check getting an I and D. So this value 0, 0 of 3 and -5 to -2 is both are a same. Who is saying a good morning? It's a good afternoon. Dipesh. Okay. These are the answer. Okay, the negative indexing, most of the time if you are appearing for exam, not exam, for interview, most of the time asking the same this question is negative indexing because it's something confusing. Negative indexing. Sir, why we required in the negative indexing when we already have a positive indexing from 0 to -1? Let's say for example, I'm giving one example to here. We have a list. Yeah, we have a list which has 5,000 data is there. Yes, 5,000 data set. And I want to define two types, 0 to before one last value. Like we have a 5,000 data, so I want 0 to 4,000 for 999. So how can we find out it? We can directly use uh, like I want this value. I want this value. I don't want to count everything. I want this value as x-axis, and I want this value in the y-axis. Mostly this kind of problem is occurred in the data science to define the x and y, splitting the two types of features is dependent and independent. Our target in a variable a. Oh, what is the limit? Take same variable. Yeah, it's a good question. Why, if positive index is there, then why require a negative indexing? Let me put some more values. Okay, I can't put it. It's not add to here. These are the values. These are the values. Okay, I want starting to last value. Starting to 90, I want x-axis and the last value is y-axis. But I don't want to count everything because it will be too much difficult. What I'll do, x is equal to a of It will start with a 0, and I don't want a last value, just use -1. That's it. You'll getting everything, but not a last value. The same time, I want only a last value, and y is equal to a of -1, and you'll getting a last value. That's it. So it's become a too much easier if you have a positive as well as a negative indexing. Both has a plus some advantage. Okay. How do you get a list of all the keys in a dictionary? It's very common questions. How do we get list of all the keys in a dictionary? Just put on a chat box. Let me see what's your answer. Any other questions? Yeah, if you have some questions, just put on the chat box. And after complete this one, I'll show you how to create a resume, especially professional resume. Everyone has only one target. After complete your graduation, you have to go for interviews, right? So we have a different we are always facing some very small problem, how to create a resume. uh, yeah, after complete this interview question, we'll go for create a resume. Dot keys. Yes, we are using a dot keys. Like if you have a multiple you know multiple keys and values there, just use. No, we are not using a from keys. Yes, Ayushman, it's wrong value. From keys, we are creating the dictionary. Let me show you. If you have some dictionary, if you have some dictionary is a 3 colon 5, let me take as normal value, a colon 4, and I'll take only till c 7 dot keys. Okay, yes. I think some confusion is that where we use a from keys, right? We know that it's directly yes, from keys is something confusing, I know. C8. If you're using here, if you check the type of a, then you will getting an answer is dictionary. The same value if you're checking a dot keys, then you will get all the keys, list of all the keys. But where to use a from keys? From keys, like if you're creating any tuple, the c is equal to creating any tuple. I'm writing here name and subject and college. That's it. With this tuple, I want to create a complete dictionary. So what I'll use here, just uh, create a normal blank dictionary dot from keys. From keys. So see here working as a key. And the same value, if you pass some values it here, I want to pass no for this time. Even you can change it. Let me store in some variable. D is equal to. If we'll take a D, it will be working name, subject, and class, college, working as a keys. That's why it's showing a from keys. Even if you have different keys and some value is a no, you can also change this here. Key of name, passing the name is Rahul. Rahul, then if you're getting answer is D, it's become a Rahul. Okay. And let's go to the next question is, what is a dynamically typed language? What does that mean of dynamically typed language? Yeah. Just put on the chat box. What is a dynamically typed? It's very famous. Like because Python is a dynamic programming. What does that mean? Even in a first lecture, I have just declared everything. So, can you please tell about how to prepare coding skills for interview? Even we know that if someone, suppose you are an interviewer, I'm your candidate, and you are asking some question. It's clear that every question, every answer I don't have, right? So nobody can give the each and every questions. So the question is how to deal with that time, right? So the dealing with that time, like if you like I have a knowledge of dynamically, and my friends don't have a knowledge of dynamically. What is a dynamically type language? Okay, so how to deal with, sir? I don't have, we can't say directly ki, sir, I don't have this knowledge. Sir, I have a little bit knowledge about this dynamically typed language. Even I know that Python is a dynamic programming language. Even every person has a small, you have a little bit knowledge about a dynamically typed language, but don't give a wrong answer. Okay, don't give a wrong answer, because every question create another question. If you'll give the wrong answer, then asking the another question is that, suppose it, someone is saying that, okay, Java is a dynamic programming language, then which one is static? So this kind of question will be occurred. So try to avoid giving a wrong answer. If you don't have a knowledge, then try to give a little bit knowledge there. Sir, I have a very little knowledge about the dynamic programming language, but still Python is a dynamic programming language. That's it. But you don't know what's the mean of dynamic programming language. Okay, so dynamically Python can be created in a procedure way, object oriented way, or a functional way. Yes, Python is accepting it, three procedure: object oriented, functional, as well as, and object oriented, procedural, and functional. Three concept. So object oriented, we know that every programming language is object oriented. Again, like Anshuman is giving the answer is Python can be created in procedural. So I'm asking the question, what is the mean of procedural programming language? Right, because you give the answer. If you give the answer, you know the statements, you know the words, what's the mean of dynamic, what's the mean of procedural, right? So here, object oriented, like we are creating in a class an object which is work as a bottom to top. Bottom to top is object oriented. Okay, even if you creating any function, is uh, directly checking that where we call it. So that's also a part of object oriented. If you're creating one class, so never check in inside a class. First you check that where is the object of this class, and then enter in the class. So that's mean object oriented is work as a bottom to top. Then how the work is a procedural? Procedural is working as a top to bottom. And what's the means of functional? Functional in the sense, in every program, in a Python, every variable working as an object. If I'm writing here a is equal to hello, a is equal to hello, this a is working as an object. If object is there, obviously it method will be allowable. We know that method and function both are the same, but the defining of the function, if you'll change the defining of the function, it will be method. Yes. So I will give one example. Yeah, like if I'm writing here, um, d is equal to, d is a dictionary. Here d is a dictionary. So Ayusman, yeah, Anshuman, I'm not blaming you, I'm just asking that if you are giving any answer to interviewer, try to give the proper answer. Not to try to be, don't put any another words which is you don't know about that. If you don't know about the procedural, so don't put these words, because the interviewer asking the same questions. What is the procedural, what is the functional, right? Always question on, interviewer always prepare with only two questions: tell me about yourself, and secondly, then one normal question, what is a Python, and then start the question, again a question. It will create a question upon a question. So here d is a dictionary. So I'm just saying that if you're creating any variable which is work as a object, so d is a object, right? If the d is a object, so class will be there. Class is a dictionary, so classes are there, obviously function will be there. So if you'll check the directory of d, then you'll getting answer is all the functions. So Python is also a functional programming language, procedural as well as a object oriented. Oh, I was a question, I put the question is dynamic type language. So basically it, dynamic type language in the sense, those programming language where you don't need to you don't need to take care about any data types. Any data types, that's called as a dynamic. Even in a Python, you don't need to take care about the data type. If you created a is equal to 5, b is equal to 6, and put some operations and giving some answer, so you don't need to take care about the data type, either is getting a float or integer, that doesn't matter. What are a modules and packages in the Python? Again, I think it's the same as question. I don't think so. It's not required to give any answer because in the previously we have already done this question. The second question is, what is the difference between list and array? It's also a very famous question. What is the difference between a list and array? Yes, any answer to here? And after that, I'll directly go for resume writing and some small question, very basics question. Tell me about yourself. How to give this answer? It's very important because it's a common question. List contain a data of different types. And yes, any other answer? Athia says saying list contain a data of different types. Okay. Any other answer? And after that, we'll go for a last question. That would be a 15th, will be the last question, and then go for resume writing. Okay, I think I should give the answer. Okay. What is the different? List is normally is a contain of different data types. You can contain, yes, array is a collection of different data types. No, Pratik, array is a collection of same data type as a collection of element with the same data type. Yes. Can you please tell about how to prepare a coding skills for interview? Coding skills. Yes, practice makes perfect. You don't need to prepare for a coding. You should have only one target. Only one target till fourth year is try to complete more and more assignment and try to complete more and more project. That's it. That this way your coding skill will be improved. Okay, theoretical knowledge is only required. You know, 20% is required for theoretical knowledge. 80% should be the practical. Just try to create a different assignments and projects. Array is something which hold the data and can be called with the same name, which while a list is a subset of array. Okay, array is a something which hold the data can be called as a same name. No, it's direct. We can directly say array is a collection of same data type. It's not a too much different. It's a containing a same data type, and list is containing any data types. That's it. Array can have a dimension. Even list has also have a dimension. Yes, list is created in a 2D, 3D, and array is also created. So list and array both have a dimension. Tell about the Django. Okay, Ravindra Kavle. Yeah, it's the last question. I'll go for a Django. How to start a Django if you are, quite interesting in a web development. So yes, Django is a good field. Okay, any other answer? Okay, let's go to the last question. What is a iterator in a Python? Oh, sorry. What is a iterator in the Python? Iterator in a Python. And then we'll go for a answer is tell about a Django. Ravindra Kawal is asking that even you can ask me the any question regarding to uh, related to a Python, like Python, where we can use a Python. Like Python has a different field is there. Python can be used in data science. Python can use even in a big data, in a web development, in a networking, in cyber security, in what we can say in testing field. Everywhere Python is available. Loops are used for, yes, uh, iterator means looping. How many times is it creating? So iterator, like if you are using a for loop, it iterate providing a range is a 5 times, 4 times, it is giving the 5 times iteration. So it's not required every time you have to use a range. You can take any sequence, list, tuple, dictionary, whatever you are using. Just use any collections, any collection, list, tuple, dictionary, what and just use it here. It will be repeat iterate with a for loop and while loop. It can be iterate with a for loop and while loop. Yeah, it's the last question. I'll just go for a doubt solving session. It is a object and a continual number of values. Yes, loop are used for iteration. Yes, is loop for loop is used for iteration. uh, for loop and while loop both are using for iteration. Till now, if you have any queries, let's talk about a Django. How to enter a Django field. Yeah, in a Django, let me take a space here. In a Django, right, if you are quite much interested in web development, that time Django is a good option. In a Python is giving a two framework to enter in the web development. The first one is a Flask. Yeah, Flask. And the second one is a Django. Yeah, Django. So where which person is using a Flask and which one is you who is using is Django. So this Flask, if you are creating any machine learning, right, machine learning model, and machine learning basically used for predicting something. You created one machine learning model, that's good, and want to deploy somewhere. You want to create one proper dashboard. Yes, proper dashboard. That time we need any web development. In our industry, we are switching for a web technologies. Nobody is using any Windows application, right? We are using only two technology, is mobile application and web development. So if you are want to deploy in machine learning in a web development, that's why Flask is good. But if you are to enter in the complete web development field, then Django is good, because Django is more secure than a PHP, as well as it's a framework. It's a completely framework. What does it mean of framework? Framework in the sense, if you are install a Django, already giving a different tools, like you don't have to create admin, you don't have to create a settings, you don't have to create a modules. Everything is already installed. Just you have to put your queries. That's why Django is good. And yes, it's a Python framework. If you are creating any complex programming, if you are creating any artificial intelligence programming, want to deploy in web development, that time Django is a good option. It's a completely a framework. It's not like a PHP. ओके कीवी कीवी कैसा है ऐप डेवलपमेंट के लिए कीवी इज यूज फॉर मोबाइल एप्लीकेशन yes it's a good option for mobile application but I'll just suggest you if you are quite interested in doing only a mobile application then don't go for kiwi go for a kotlin is much easier than kiwi is something difficult kotlin is very easy in a easy way you can create a mobile application both the uh, both the techniques is used for a mobile application kiwi and kotlin but kotlin is so famous. Sir, what are the important packages or modules that are expected from us as a student from an interviewer? So mostly, nowadays few libraries is more famous like a numpy pandas matplotlib, and just create a category. Create first category is a data science. Create one category for web development. Create one category for a normal Python. Data science, numpy, pandas, matplotlib, scikit-learn, keras, and tensorflow. Then when you enter in a web development field, then Flask and Django. When you enter in a normal Python, then math module, random modules, and sys modules, and os modules. Like this way, just try to create categorize your field, then you will be remember all these libraries. And required for students, yes, uh, at least numpy, pandas, matplotlib, and random, kinter, and these libraries. At least one web technologies library, at least one, either a Flask or a Django. Please suggest best website from where you can learn Django. Even you can also learn from LetsUpgrade.in. Django is also there. Yes, it's a good option. Yeah, you don't have to pay anything to here for a programming for a Python coding. Which program are you suggest? for a Python coding. It's, it's first you have to decide your field. RC, first you decide your field where you want to go. Are you quite much interested in a web development? Then go for a Django programming. If you are quite interested in a data science, then go for a data science libraries, data science coding. It's depend on your interest, where you on where is your interest. Like for data science, then create a different programs and assignment in data science. Okay. Okay. So which is the simple in a Django or Flask? Obviously, Flask is too much simple than a Django, because Django is a complete framework. Is a complete framework. So obviously, it's too difficult than a Flask, because Flask has a limitations. It's mostly used for machine learning. Sorry, yeah, it's mostly used for a deployment of machine learning. But a Django is create for a complete web development. Any other questions? Like for creating apps, yes, just like for creating app, but it's much more easier than a Django. Django is complete web technologies. Like if you are learning a Django, like you are learning a PHP, you are totally enter in the web development. But if you are learning only a Flask, that means you are not totally enter in the web development. Yeah, definitely. Very soon in the Let's Upgrade Django programming will also be there. How to connect database in a coding? Uh, you know, database. Yes, in enter in any field. Like if you are want to become a database administration or big data architect or a data science, database is always there. Database is always there. So you have to choose one database programming first. Either just choose a no SQL and SQL. If you have a no SQL, uh that's mean MongoDB. Yeah, MongoDB. But if you are choosing a MySQL, where we are using SQL queries, so first learn separate any database. Max taking you know 2 to 3 days. MySQL and MongoDB, only one program, only one. If you're learning a MySQL, max to max taking a 2 to 3 days. It's not too much difficult. And if you have another knowledge of Python, right? If you have already the knowledge of Python, what we have to do, just you have need one API. If I'm talking about MySQL, there is an API is there, mysql.connector. You can directly connect your Python to MySQL. If you're talking about a MongoDB, one API is there, pymongo. With that pymongo, you can directly connect with MongoDB. And what's the okay, is Django for backend development? Complete Python is for backend development. In when you're talking, I'm talking about only a web development. In a web development, we have a three layers. To entering in the web development, we have a three layers. First one is a front end, second one is a back end. Front end is we always using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. We can't replace this technology, HTML, CSS and JavaScript. And the third one is a middleware, which providing the connector between the front end and back end. So backend we can use Firebase, we can use MongoDB, MySQL, anyone. And front end you have no any option. You have to use either HTML. You have to use HTML, CS, and JavaScript. It's a necessary. It's a compulsory. You can't replace it. Even nowadays we are using a Bootstrap. Bootstrap is also an advanced version of CSS, but still we can't replace HTML, CSS. And middleware has a main important roles. Like middleware you can use a Django, middleware you can use a PHP, right? So what we are doing, we are replacing the PHP. In the place of PHP we are using a Django. Okay, can I use a MySQL for Python? Definitely, it's properly supportable is there. Just use mysql.connector. It's very easy. To learn a MySQL, separate MySQL, max to max is taking 2 to 3 days, and directly just connect with Python. Like, let's say for example, if you're creating one application, total application with a GUI, is a complete application, and for ATM machine, and you want that this data should be stored in the MySQL. So obviously, first you have to learn a complete MySQL and connect with the Python. It's too much easy. Just use one API, is MySQL dot connector. That's it. It's very much easy. What is a big data? In our industry, I'll just like explain big data and data science, everything, and cybersecurity as well. In our industry, we know that data is increasing after 2000. Like, I'll show you one report. In a 2000, in our industry, it was 130 exabyte data. 130 exabyte data. It's a very interesting story. 130 exabyte data, and 1 exabyte is 1 million TB. 1 exabyte. It's for everyone. If you're not interested in the big data, but still you are interested in the social media, you are sharing your pics, you are connecting with your friend with the social media, they are generating a data. 1 exabyte is a 1 million TB. 1 million TB. In a 2000, all over the world, 130 exabyte, and 2010, it's become 1200 exabyte, and 2050, it become 8000 exabyte, and 2020, they are predicting in 2018. I have a 2 years back report. 2020, it will be 4000 exabyte. 40,000 exabyte. It means that you know uh, the graph of creating the data is like this way. So if the data increasing, the three field is there, is very important. The first one, we need a three requirement. First, store the data. Second, manage the data. And third, use the data. And fourth, secure the data. For securing the data, we need a cyber security. That's why cyber security is evergreen field. Second one is a big data. Big data is mostly used for data managing. The name suggests big data, large amount of data, right? Large amount of data. So we have a unstructured type of data is available. You are sharing your message, you are sharing your friend in emojis, you are sharing your friend in a documents format, but it's not a structured type of data. If you are filling any form, that's a totally structured, that's a tabular format. But if you are sharing the message, it's a documents type. So how to manage this unstructured data, we need a big data. And data science is used for data. If you are using your data, like in the before 2000, we are not using our data. But nowadays, if you are login in a Instagram, if you're logging in a Facebook, so they have your data. So with that data, they are giving you recommendation, they are earning money from a businessman, right? So with the help of data science, we can use our data. That's why this three field is will be the evergreen. We can't say that it will be stopped after for 20 years or 50 years. Data science, big data, and cyber security, it can be stopped if your data will stop. Is that possible? Obviously not. Okay. Any other questions? Okay. What is a big data? And we can create app in a terminal program. Can we create app in a terminal program? Depends on you, like which kind of app you are using. Like Windows application, just use Kinter. Mostly famous is Kinter and Qt Python. And if you are using uh, mobile application, then go for a Kiwi. Yes, terminal is required when you are connecting with your database. uh, we can't say it's a necessary, but in a Jupyter notebook you can do this without connecting with a terminal. Terminal is not too much required, because everything is available in the Jupyter notebook and normal Python. What you are studying? I'm a corporate trainer and giving the training in all over the world, not in India also. So I'm not studying. Can you use a Visual Studio for a data science? uh, we can use any API, any ideally for a data science. Even you can use a normal notepad for a data science. But why? It's not required, because if you have already Anaconda, Spider, and Jupyter notebook, then why should we go for a Visual Studio, right? For a Mac, just install Anaconda. Then why you don't need a terminal? With the help of terminal, just install complete Anaconda, then create a Windows application, which ideally can you use for a Java. NetBeans, mostly NetBeans is there. Yes, NetBeans. Anything else? So for a PHP, can we use XAMPP for XAMPP server? Yes, we are using a XAMPP server, sir. Can we use some server for Python also? Django is also giving the server. Django is completely giving the server as well as, but if you require a complete server, want to deploy somewhere, so that time you have to take a host, but you don't require any, what we can say, your local host server. Like XAMPP is a local host server. For a testing, you are using for testing purpose in a PHP, we need a XAMPP, but here you don't need. What is a MVT? You are asking the question only a Django. Okay, MVT in a Django is a model view template. It's a very famous concept is here. Model views template here. If you are creating any application, any web application, what we required one settings, and that setting model should be there where we can put our complete data, and then uh, we need a complete template where we can directly store all the HTML CSS code. In a PHP you have to do it manually, and we have to check that is properly working or not. So view command is basically used for writing of different function. So it's a model view template. So that's why Django is too strong. That's why Django become a complete framework which give the MVT facility, model view template. S- Sir, please explain string slicing. I think you are not there that time, Prakhar. I think you are not there that time. Just if you have any string like a hello India anything, just use a square bracket. Like any string, a is equal to hello, a is equal to hello. If you're passing a 0, then you will getting answer is h. If you're passing a 1 2 3, then you will passing a hel, this way. So how much knowledge a company expect from a beginner, or a company give so time to learn a 1 to 2 months? Even a company expecting that, are you passionate to learning new technology or not? That's very important. Because if you already know if you are not knowledge of PHP, but you don't want to switch in the Django or new technologies, that's very bad thing. Always try to learn a new technology. uh, like, I don't know, Rudy, are you in a college students? I'm talking about the college student. So college student don't focus on any company, just focus on a project and campus placement, that's it. Because after complete your graduation, you have a 1 years of time. Yes, you have a 1 years of time. After that, if you are taking a more than 1 years of gap, that's I'm creating a problem. So the very first focus would be the creating a, new technologies project, and focus on a placement. Which of the framework is better for a web development, Django or Flask? Django. I'm directly recommend you for a Django. Maybe if you are taking a Flask for deploying a machine learning model, but after that you decided that, okay, I need to enter in the web development field also, so Django would be better for you. Sir, I am 12-year-old and learning from YouTube. Okay, this is a good platform to learning Python and new technologies. Okay, if a 12th class, if you are in the 12th class, and just understand that this technology is required for on this era, so that's a good thing. Because even I just start my first coding in a graduation, so that's a good thing, Prabhakar. Prakhar. Okay, let's talk about a resume. It's very important. So I'm just considering that two types of student is available this time. The very first one is corporate college students, and the second one is corporate professionals. How to create a professional resume? It's not a big questions. It's a normal things. Your resume should be 2 to 3 page. If you are a college student, if you are a totally beginner, still you should have at least 2 page. If you are a complete corporate professional, still it should not be exceeded 3 page. Yes, it's not be exceeded 3 page. Let's talk about only a college student. In a college student, most of the time I'm just checking that student is getting the resume is only 1 page. It's very bad thing. Why you have only 1 page? Because you don't have a required knowledge, you don't have any skills. You have to follow some procedure. What we have to write, like somebody is directly writing here, my hobby is playing cricket, my hobby is singing. Why? I'm hiring you for a technical work, and why you are saying that my hobby is playing cricket? So what? So don't write this kind of statement. Try to put here only a technical words. The very first one, what we have to do, you should have a proper photo. If you have, then put it here. Otherwise, it's not mandatory. Okay, then leave it. Okay, and then your name, and at least 2 times your mail ID and phone number. At least 2 times mail ID and phone number. And secondly, your career objective. If you want to write somewhere, you can write your career objective. It should be clear. It should be clear. And yes, it should not be exceeded 2 lines. It should be at least 1 line and not be exceeded 2 lines, because we are expecting that it should be properly properly readable format. If you're writing a paragraph in a career objective, that's totally useless. Exactly, every interviewer wants to read these statements, right? So career objective, and then your education. I'm talking about only a college student, I'm not talking about any corporate professionals this time. Corporate professional, you don't have to be right here. Education first, it should be first experience and then education in the last one. Because after your graduation, your degree will be not required. If you are completed your graduation from NIT or IIT Bombay or anywhere, so it should be getting a plus point till only starting 2 to 3 years, and after that it will taking only experience where you completed your work, where you are working. Okay, career objective and then education. Then education, try to create in a tabular format, try to create in a readable format. Like if someone is from completed graduation 12th class from Mumbai, one college is a Pillai College Mumbai, just write down a Pillai College Mumbai, that's it. Don't write a complete name like Pillai College Mumbai and a proper address. No, it's not required. Pillai College Mumbai. And yes, the second one is a marks. If you have a good marks in the sense uh, above 60%, then mention it here. Otherwise, leave it. Don't mention your marks, because somebody will judge with your marks. Okay. So if you have more than 60%, then mention it here. Otherwise, leave it. And after complete your education, then create a complete column table. The first one is programming language. First one is programming language, and the second one is database concept, and the third one is new technology. New technology. How many programming language you already know? Python, Java, C++, C language, this one. Web technologies which you already know. I know the HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and Django. Database technology, I already have a knowledge of MySQL and MongoDB. That's it. Try to create in a tabular format. It should be proper readable. Nobody wants to read your resume. Okay, nobody want to read your resume. If your resume is the fulfilled, completely fulfilled resume, so it's very bad impression. And then the last question, last one is your project. Try to separate in a two types. The first one is college project. College project, obviously you will not create only one project, because you guys are very smart. So Try to create a 4 and 5 project. First create a college project and mention it here, and date and technology, which technology you have used, at least 2 lines. And the third one is the external project. Yes, external project. External project, and just mention a 2 3 project. Even I can't show my resume to here, that's why I'm just mentioning here external project. And then extra curriculum. If you have get any award from a college or from any university, then mention it here. Extra curriculum activities. Don't mention that in your first class you find you just got one first prize. Don't mention it. It should be it should be before 1 to 2 years. Like if you are a fourth year student, then just put extra curriculum from second year to fourth year. Don't mention a college curriculum. Don't mention any award in which you earn in a college. Don't mention it. Okay. Sir, project is important in a resume. Yes, it's very much important, because in every college it directly showing the final year it should be project, right? If you're appearing for an interview, the very first question they will ask, tell me about yourself. Do you think that why they are asking this question, tell me about yourself? They don't want to listen your about your life. They want to read your resume. They need a time to read your resume. When you are reading the resume, they're asking the question, tell me about yourself, and then start the reading your resume. Starting the resume, okay, after complete this question, okay, you have done one college project. So you will say, yes sir, I just completed one college project in a machine learning. So what is a machine learning? Mostly your question will start with your project. Okay, mostly start with your project. Sir, can I apply for a web developer job now? Sir, can I apply for a Python developer job now? Yes. Even if you know if you are a corporate professional and apply for a job development, they always give you a proper assignment. If you are clear the assignment, nobody is checking that what you completed. You have completed a BSc or MTech, that doesn't matter. Have you completed that assignment? Are you passionate to learn a Python or not? That's important. And after completed extra curriculum, your address. Listen carefully, it's very important, especially for a girls. Don't mention your complete address. Somebody is mentioned directly, room number, your area number. No, I'm giving one example. Like suppose I'm living in Mumbai. Is the nearest station is Panvel. Just mention Panvel, Mumbai. Sorry, Panvel, Maharashtra, and pin code. That's it. Don't mention a complete address. It may be because you are applying with naukri.com and somewhere, so your address will be misused. So don't put your complete address. And yes, phone number should be 2 times, and Gmail address will be 2 times. Okay. Sir, can please a cryptography app, just watch this video again. And any other questions? Can you give any example for extracurricular? like um, like let's talk about myself. So when I was college, so I just got one second prize in a district level coding competition. So it looks very attractive because it's related to a technical field. And I have already conducted one workshop. I have already attended one different workshop, as got a prize in a coding competition. And someone is like I'm got a first prize in a rangoli competition. But it's not too much attractive to interviewer. Try to put your extra curriculum, it should be related to a technical field, because you are applying for a technical job. And yes, don't mention that my hobby is playing cricket and all. Don't do this. If you're writing this kind of statement, your photos, your extra career objective, education, your skills, college project, and this one, it will automatically create it a 2 page, right? Which is better, Python, data science, and artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence, data science is a position where intelligence is the umbrella, it's a big technology where different technologies there, right? So artificial intelligence, we are not learning artificial intelligence. In a data science, we required AI, that's why we are learning. So both are the same, it's not too much different. Just it's not a separate field. If you are entering in data science, you have to learn AI. So any chances to finish any project? I still not complete one. I still not complete one project. Even YouTube, you will get a multiple project. It's not important you are creating a project. It's important have you created your project by own. That's important, because they will ask the question depend on your project. And yes, the corporate professional, obviously, experience is more required. You don't have, like, in education, like if I'm talking about me, so career objective, then after career objective, then skills, then experience, after first experience, then skills, and then education, and then extra curriculum. But if you getting any reward, like, I just submit one international, I just give the one lecture in the international conferences, then I can put the first. Try to show your positive points first, and after that your negative point don't show it here. Suppose if you don't have a good marks, don't show it here. Okay. Because in a marks somebody will judge you, somebody, no, everyone will judge you. If you have only 50% marks, then okay, I don't know if this person is passionate or not. Okay. If you don't have a good marks, don't mention it here. If they will ask, then tell them, otherwise it's not required. Can we include the can we include that I have done a paper presentation is XYZ college? Obviously it's very important. It's totally a technical field. Jagdish, it's a plus point for you. It's mention it. Even, um, what we have do, I have done a paper presentation in XY college and the second prize, and put your second prize is a bold. It should be readable, because it's your plus point. Try to show your plus point. Okay. Sir, can I put the project that I made using a YouTube? Yes. If you creating by your own, then you can put it as a project, right? In a final year, students are always buying the project. That's very bad, because in an interview they will asking the question this related to a project. So that time create very difficult. Sir, you please tell me the scope of virtualization. uh, you know because if you are stuck in one technology, that time is created difficult for you. Be dynamic. We are living in IT industry. In IT industry, every 2 years technologies are changed. If you are not change yourself, then it will be difficult for you. Yes, you have to change your in a virtualization. I don't know, which techniques are is in new techniques is available this time, but every industry need automation in every industry. So just check that in a virtualization any automation concept is there, just try to learn it. Minor and major project, yes, if you done any minor project, like you created one cryptography app, just mention it, just mention it. But if you create in a big 5 to 6 project, then that time don't mention it. Leaving as a blank, it should be good if you're writing a small project. If you don't have any project, that time you can put it here. But if you have already a big project, that time don't put as this kind of project here. Sir, if you are interviewer, then what questions will you ask about the Python and programming? Suppose I am an interview, even I'm already taken a multiple interviews. So the first question, obviously, they tell me about yourself, and just try to read all the questions, and after that start with a project. I think every interviewer is starting with the same concept, project. Like you have created a project in a Java, so just tell me about your project. You explain all the project. So which programming language you have created the project? I'm completed in a Java. So what is a Java? I'm completed in a Python. What is a Python? Python is a dynamic and interpreted programming language. Okay. What is a dynamic? So like this way. For a competitive programming, C++ or a Python, both. Because C++ as a college student, you can't remove this technology, C++ and a C language. Even if you are appearing for a placement interview, maybe C++ and a C language question will definitely be there. Okay, because it's the basics. We can't replace it. Okay guys, I think you already asked so many questions, and thank you so much for asking these kind of questions. I'm also very happy that you ask so many questions today. Thank you so much. Yeah, good night. So yeah, I can say that this let's conclude this session. Okay, Shoaib, do you want to say something like any confirmation, any statements?
Regarding what, sir?
Like somebody has a question how to join in a Let's Upgrade community and all.
Yes, guys, you can just log into our website, LetsUpgrade.in, and from there you'll get an option to redirect to the community, and it will be the same account. Or you can just go through community.letsupgrade.in. You will get all the details regarding every link, form, exam, deadlines in the community. So make sure you work according to the deadlines. The deadlines are very important, and we'll be having you to appear for the exam. You have to give submit. You have to submit 70% of the assignments. So do that before the deadline. If you have any queries, talk to us on the community. We have our moderators there. We'll be helping you out there. Keep checking your email IDs. Keep checking your emails. We contact you guys through the emails and community. So be active on the community. Check your emails, and we'll be getting in touch regarding the exam. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Do we
Thank,
have anything else, or should we end up?
no, no, it's what a great session today. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. Good night.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, guys, for being there. Make sure you submit the assignment because to get the certificate, you need to clear the exam. And keep checking your mails. Thank you. For other
And yes,
courses,
in
please visit our website. Yes, sir.
yes, in a resume, you can also mention a certificates. If you completed the Let's Upgrade certificate, you can mention it there.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. It was a great session.
Thank you.
Okay, guys. Bye bye.